Hello everybody, long time no stream. I saw this game on the Steam store and I thought it looked very interesting. It seems to be like a horror point and click kind of game. The first prompt, it says that you're not going to save everybody and you might not even save yourself. That's all I know about the game. Literally, that's it. So, with that being said, let's start. My name is Zen. You live in the city of, let me do my Animal Crossing town name, Hatino. She, her. Select 2 traits. Traits unlocked additional paths and dialogue options. Alright, so powerful build, tough as nails, the pinnacle of fitness, an imposing presence that commands the room, a mean right hook. Mystical, strange and unusual. You see the threads of reality in ways others cannot. That's cool. I like that. Talk to animals. You can talk to animals. Animals can talk to you. A gift and a curse. Street smart. Good at lying and hard to lie to. Fast talker. You can read people and read the room. No door can hold you. Probably like pickpocketing or lockpicking. Keen eye. Observant with a knack for picking up small details and empathetic. Book smart. Well-read and rational, possess a wealth of esoteric knowledge and know when to use it. A talented researcher. Hot, extremely good-looking, a natural flirt, just like you, probably because you're a good person. I like mystical and keen eye. I think those two will go well together. Let's get started. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you just only managed to start drifting off, and now here you are, awake again, still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops and seedy depots that would have felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Pearl and Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Mystical, but it was that's probably my mystical talking. But it was also more than just the social pressure of the invitation that pushed you to accept it. Something has been tugging you back to this place your entire life. There was no choice to be made, because you were always going to find your way here. So when your cousin called, you knew what had to be done. And now the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. So anyway, as I was saying. Oh no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours talking at you without pause. You're not sure he even stopped when you started to doze off. At first, you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. I was up in Maryland, looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff, pushing joggers into the harbor and that sort of thing. They're pushing joggers into the harbor? Why are you talking to me? I think now's a bad time after 5 hours of sitting next to this guy to say that. I'll say, wait, what? Wait, what? Yeah, teen stuff. So this girl comes up to us swinging her purse, yelling about how she was going to call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend and he said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad and not just playing. But she kept swinging, and soon enough she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out, and her phone got soaked so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that, and we've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. Though about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me, like, for real, and geez, you ever get so mad you just want to kill somebody? Jesus. Yeah, I kind of feel like killing someone right now. No, not really. Oh yeah, all the time. Why are you telling me this? You don't know me. No, not really. You're young. You'll get it when somebody tries to break your heart someday. It changes a person. Makes them think things they never thought they could. I honestly could have killed that woman. Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. But I don't know if I'm, like, into that stuff, so I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. What a scumbag. Haha, interesting. Please let this man get off the bus soon, you think. You're not sure where you could possibly take this conversation next, but you definitely don't want to find out. Yeah, people tell me I lead an interesting life. But, I don't know, I'm just going with the flow. Maybe other folks don't do that enough. Anyways, where'd you say you were headed? Ooh, home, I think. I've never been, but I've felt it like a call at the back of my mind for as long as I can remember. Some things can only be put off for so long. I'm just gonna say I didn't. No need to be nasty, I was just asking. Not like I'm gonna follow you off the bus or anything. So if you aren't getting off at my stop, then you must be headed to Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Holler, as they call it in these parts. That's the only other stop until this bus turns around. I ride it pretty often, so I know. Almost nobody ever goes up that way. Though, come to think of it, I had a couple of buddies who went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in Holler, you see, and there's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. I've never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are, thanks, but my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook, see how they're doing up there. Hope they didn't die. He looks back at his phone for once, focused on something other than you. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles through his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. I got them at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you can use them more than me. Plus, they drift all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Tip: sometimes picking a dialogue option establishes new facts about who you are. Interesting. So if I say I love boiled peanuts, that's going to be a character trait for me? Let's see. I'll just take the peanuts and not say anything. You take the peanuts. Let me lower down the sound a little bit. Just a smidge. There we go. You take the peanuts. Thanks. You're welcome. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. He was interesting. And just like that, the stranger is gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow, end of the line. Almost there. The bus has finally come to a stop, its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk, though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the doors behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you in this place behind. Whoa. Hey, Zen. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. Oh, are you her? No, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna say, hey, Tabitha. Come on, let's get back to this state. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Dialogue options labeled Explore can usually be taken without advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths. Okay, so whatever I say to people, they will recognize it. Just like my character traits. Alrighty. How are you holding up? I guess we're both members of the Dead Mom. Oh, that's messed up. We've never met before? That's crazy. How are you holding up? Fine. Okay. Do I do my keen eye? You know you can talk to me, right? I went through something similar with my own mom passed. But we don't really know each other that well, so I feel like I don't want to say something. I'll say that. Okay, but if that ever changes, I'm here for you, alright? Even after I go home. Sure. Let's see. I can't believe we've never actually met before this. You have your mom to thank for that. Or had, I guess. You can feel the same careless cruelty in Tabitha's words that your mother would use when she talked about Perlan and the old Scarlets. The wound that tore your family apart runs deep enough that it bled through generations. Hey Mike, yeah, back to streaming. Hopefully I can do it a little bit more often now too. Let's see. You sound like my mother right now. She hated this side of the family so much. We don't have to become our parents. There's some things in life we get to choose. Ooh, I kind of like that. Look, I don't know what my mom did to piss off this side of the family, and I know you're going through a lot right now, but that comment was unnecessary. Is there bad blood between us? You don't know me, and I don't know what my mom's problem was with this side of the family. I don't know why my mom left or what kind of grudge she had against this side of family, but I'm sorry. I wish I'd known about you. I like these two the best. Let's do... this one. Is there bad blood between us? You don't know me, and I don't know what my mom's problem was with this side of the family. Your cousin stares straight ahead, her expression icy. Okay, so I guess we're both members of the Dead Moms Club now, huh? Your cousin turns to you with an icy glare. Maybe this would have worked to ease the tension if she were someone else, but she isn't. She turns back to the road, her expression cold and unforgiving. So, the funeral, it's on Sunday, right? Yep, like I told you. Alright. Have you worked out all the details yet? Taken care of. Don't need any help. I guess I'll remain silent. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain road. And here it is, the Scarlet Estate, though it's seen better days. Its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used to cramped apartments in gray cities. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you, a jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long, long time ago. You're hit with a blast of dusty air as you step across the threshold and into the foyer. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive, each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen and hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. Okay, I'm gonna say, I don't want to lie to her. I'm gonna say, cool, thanks. Let's just get the tour over with. Follow me. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Some explore options prevent you from taking others. Choose carefully. Okay. Someone cleans this place? Because it's still messy. Is there somewhere... I might want to eat something other than PB&J this week. Is there somewhere in town we can get groceries? Well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, there's a general store. There's also a diner. I usually order my food in bulk online, though, so I wouldn't be going with you. Sweet, thanks. Cool, good talk. It's nice. It's a kitchen. All right, what's next? Bathroom. Follow me. Great, it's been hours since I've gone. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. Cutie. Is that your cat? What's its name? Frou Frou. Do not try to pet her. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. All right. You decide to follow Tabitha. Shall we move on? The bathroom awaits. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights, it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being, you feel lucky to have not fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom. Not much to show. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must if you must. It is a wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mystery stains paint the floor. Let's see, who actually uses this bathroom? Guests. It's filthy, oh my god. Lift the toilet seat. Oh gosh. Bugs skitter from the bowl as you lift the seat. I mean, if I have to go, I'm gonna go. Use the facilities. A toilet is a toilet. Sure, it could be cleaner, but your business needs doing, and this is as good as a place as any. You do what you must and rejoin your cousin out in the hall. Next up, guest bathroom. Last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Jeannie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you'd better be grateful. An unmistakable stain coats this room. Someone had died here. No, people have died in here. Ooh. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. What's with all the boxes? Old family stuff. I won't press her. Great, thanks. Who used to sleep here? When? This house is almost 150 years old. Many, many people have slept here. And now you'll sleep here, carrying on the fine tradition of bedrooms being slept in. I want to ask her. People have died here, haven't they? Like I said, this house is almost 150 years old. Obviously, people have died here. I guess I'll start getting settled. Follow me. I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. Tabitha Tabitha. I want to know your deal. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. Some dialogue options will open additional conversation paths, some right away and others down the line. You know, we don't have to inherit our parents' bad blood. We can start fresh. Now it's just us. I like that. ... Look, I'm sorry I've been testy since you've gotten here, but you haven't exactly been easy. I'm under a lot of pressure right now. Just stay out of my hair, okay? I have work to do. Let's see. I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. We'll see. There's a lot that needs to get done this week. Your cousin leaves through the front door, and now it's just you in this sprawling, decrepit estate. A PB&J sounds great right now. Let's do that. You haven't had anything to eat all day. The only thing that's louder than your stomach right now are the creaks and moans of this ancient place. A PB&J sounds exactly what you need to take on the rest of the day. You head to the kitchen. You're back in the kitchen, ready to craft a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task given the state of the place, but the aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh your fear of food poisoning. To get started, you'll probably need to find some peanut butter, some jelly, bread, and a plate, and a knife. I'll do Frou-Frou last. If Frou-Frou wants me to pet Frou-Frou, I will pet him. Let us search the pantry. Tabitha sure loves her mac and cheese. Whoa. Tons of mac and cheese. A dead mouse. Let's look closer. You squint into the darkness of the pantry. Behind the molded bread, a single book lies forgotten, a thin layer of dust collected on its cover. You pick it up. You flip into a bookmarked page. Both calf's brain and aspic are unappetizing enough on their own. You can only imagine how vile the combination of the two would be. What kind of person would call this their favorite food? No wonder your mom ran far, far away from this place. Teddy's favorite. Serve on toast or with plain crackers. You shut the book and put it back into place. I will examine the mac and cheese. You pick up a box of Tabitha's mac and cheese. You can't say you've ever seen the brand before. Oh, that's messed up. To empty it and put a dead mouse in it. I'm putting it back. Staying away from the mac and cheese was one of your cousin's hard rules, and she already seems to not like you. I'll take the bread. You pick up some of the non-moldy loaves of bread. Great. One step closer to a satisfying snack. All you need now is a plate, a knife, and the PB&J itself. Take peanut butter. The king of nut butters, and only 3% of each jar is matched up cockroaches. All you need now is some jelly, a plate, and a knife. Let's do the fridge. Approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note taped to the door reading, "Janie, stay out," in all caps. Below it, in a separate handwriting, are the words, "Okie dokie." You open the fridge. You already feel a deep urge to wash your hands, even though you've yet to touch anything other than the handle. Examine old takeout. Oh gosh, why did you do that? What were you expecting? This takeout container is disgusting beyond words. A liquefied mess wholly congealed in its styrofoam shell. You can't even tell what it used to be. The substance doesn't just smell bad, it smells ancient. For God's sake, put it back. Why was eat it an option? That's disgusting. Your body reacts before you even register what you're doing, compelled by a deep, primal disgust. You shove the container back into the fridge, pushing it into the depths of the shelves and out of your mind. Hopefully you can forget its existence and it exists and move on with your life. Let's take jelly. You reach for one of the unopened jars of grape jelly, carefully checking its expiration date. You breathe a sigh of relief when you realize it's recent. This was either purchased specifically for you, or jelly is one of the few things in this kitchen Tabitha actually uses. The only things you need now are a plate and a knife. Better close this fridge and keep looking. I want to see the ice cream. Tabitha explicitly told me not to do this. You think to yourself as you reach for a pint of banana chocolate chunk. So she likes banana chocolate chunk. Put it back. You stare longingly at the pint of ice cream for a few moments before your self-restraint kicks in and you put it back where you found it. Let's close the fridge. And then we did the pantry. Let's search the cabinets. This cabinet must be where Tabitha keeps the dishware and, oddly enough, the utensils. Grab a plate and a butter knife. This is the last ingredient you need to make your PB&J. Time to get to work. I want to examine the mug. It reads, I was blown away at Blowing Rock, North Carolina. So your aunt and cousin actually traveled sometimes, even if it was only a few hours from the estate. Maybe you can route your return trip through Blowing Rock. It might be nice to see the local sights before heading home. Examine the shot glasses. It reads, I survived Deb's 50th. Your aunt's name is Pearl Ann, so this wasn't from her 50th. From the few stories you'd heard from your mom, Pearl Ann wasn't the type to have kitschy friends who gave out themed shot glasses at their birthday parties. Maybe it belongs to Janie. You imagine she might need an alcoholic beverage to get through cleaning this place, especially with Tabitha's sour face peering over her shoulder. What's on the bowl? You reach for a bowl, but as you pull it down, a blend of vinegar and dead moths splashes onto you immediately, staining your shirt. On the back of the bowl is a note that reads, Moth trap, do not touch. Whoops. Gross. Your shirt is now unpleasantly wet. You'll probably change to something clean before you leave the house. You close the cabinet. I did all these. I can check out the garden. This garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. It might not be very safe, but who's to stop you from venturing deeper? I'll do that after I eat. Make that PB&J. Despite of the state of this horrendous kitchen, you have successfully combined your 3 ingredients to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Congratulations, you can feed yourself. A job well done. Nice. All that hassle, and it took you less than a minute to eat. The rest of the day lies in front of you. You're done here. What do I want to do next? Let's see. Head to my room. Now you've finally eaten, the aches and pains of your journey have started to sink deep into your bones. You stumble up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance to your room. Put your spare clothes into it. Oh my gosh! Drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. A possum lurks within. It is quiet but angry. It's kind of cute. Do possums like boiled peanuts? You hold out your still dripping bag of boiled peanuts. The possum hisses in disgust, stiffens, and begins to drool, feigning death. Okay. Just go to another drawer, I guess. Based on the state of the house, you wonder if you've been better off keeping your clothes in your nice clean bag, but there's no going back now. Let's check the closet. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in the dresser instead of this closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in here. Pick up the doll. Of course, you're sharing a room with a creepy doll. You pick it up to examine it more closely. Its foot reads, Property of Alexandra. No need to carry this around with you. You close the closet. Look out the window. You can only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in this heyday. If you own this place, you totally get out there with a shovel and some gardening gloves and whip it into shape. You go out and pull weeds, chop trees, carve topiaries, and do whatever you needed to do to return to its former glory. And once it was all done, you'd sit by the fountain, which of course would have a little goldfish in it, and drink a floral tea while enjoying the bird song. Yeah, you definitely do that. Just not right now. Examine the painting. This must be an older relative of yours, judging by the dates on the inscription. You've never heard of her, but you'd barely heard anything about your aunt and cousin until a week ago, so that's not really a surprise. Maybe you could ask Tabitha about this Mary Belle Scarlet the next time you see her, that is, if she's actually in the mood for a conversation. Let's take a nap. You immediately collapse onto the bed. You're tired enough that being alone in a strange new place won't stop you from passing out. Or so you thought. You cough as a small cloud of dust rises up from the mattress. These sheets must be fresh, but everything beneath them might have been around to see the dawn of civilization. You try to settle in, but the bed is lumpy in strange places, and you can feel the springs pressing through the fabric. You might be tired, but you're far from tired enough to get in more than a few minutes of uncomfortable napping. Doesn't seem like there's much else for you to do here right now. Ooh, do I investigate? I think I will. With Tabitha gone, there's no one stopping you from going into the forbidden wings of the estate. You immediately try the nearest door, only to be impeded by locks and chains. Might as well head to town, I guess. You leave the estate and head out to explore the town. Before leaving the house, you rinse off and change into a clean shirt. You're not about to meet new people coated in vinegar and dead moths. If you'd have known, you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town. Explore every room in the estate. Nice. You probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension. Though maybe your mother's funeral isn't the best. Her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. It's really pretty out here. Finally, you made it back to town. The holler, as the guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Oh, a dog. Oh, gosh. Gretchen, come back. Quit bothering strangers. Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. A pug. She's so cute. I love pugs. Thanks. She is cute. Sure, most of her teeth have fallen out and she's got a couple of weird growths, but for a 17-year-old pug, that's pretty good. That's amazing. It sure is. I'm hoping she beats the current record holder and makes it to 19. Or better yet, 20. The more time we get together, the better. Isn't that right, Gretch? But what am I doing? I got so caught up in the excitement of meeting someone new that I entirely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Stella. It's not often I see strange face up in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? As long as I have these boiled peanuts, it's going to give me the option to give it to everybody, isn't it? I'm going to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Zen. You must be Tabby's cousin, right? That's the only person I can think of who would come to town for the funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her, all alone in that big house. Tabby? I don't know how she's doing. The real Tabitha's buried under whatever icy front she's putting it. I feel like whoever I met today isn't the real Tabitha, just a mask she wears. She's putting on a front. Let's do... yeah, that one. She's always been a little rough around the edges. To be honest, it's always been hard to tell if she's just that way, if that's just the way she is, or if she's just putting on an act her whole life. To think she'd been up in that old mansion all by herself. I'm glad you're here. You being in town will probably do her good, even if she doesn't think so herself. How long have you known her? Oh, quite a long time. The town's really small, so everybody's known everybody else as far back as they can remember. Tabby and I got a little close when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up a bit in the end. But then she graduated and that was that. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Oh, she's so nice. Turn around and leave? That's horrible. Sure, why not? Awesome, let's go. Oh, it's poppin' in here. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air, in contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family's estate. The diner is filled with the comforting din of human life, all of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize there's a stranger. That a stranger has entered the establishment. Everyone literally looked at me. Hi everyone, I'm Zen, just in town for the funeral. Before anyone can respond, you and Stella casually slide into a booth, pretending the whole town didn't just gawk at you like a sideshow attraction. Looks like your entrance was a little more dramatic than you were expecting, huh? Folks around here don't meet many strangers as is, and with who you are related to, well, let's just say you'll be the talk of the town for a while. He's talking about me, I see it. As you settle into the booth, you can't help but pick up some of the murmurs of the conversation around you. Let's listen. Stella turns to Gretchen while you take a quick look around the diner. At the counter, 2 policemen and a woman you assume to be the owner shoot sidelong glances in your direction while whispering to each other. Vivian's kid. Never thought we'd actually meet her. Looks so much like her. Oh yes, those eyes are unmistakable. That haunted look. I always thought it'd go away once she finally got out of this town, but I guess unhappiness was baked into her DNA. A young mother and her syrup-stained child sit at the table across from you. Mommy, who's that? Don't stare, Tulip. That's Miss Tabitha's cousin. Oh, that's why she looks so sad. I would look sad too if I had to have Miss Tabitha as a cousin. Do you think Tabitha's cousin is mean too? I don't know. I'll find out next time I go visit Miss Tabitha. Are you going to finish your pancakes? They're almost cold, Sweet Pea, and we've got to get home to help Daddy. In the far back corner, a man sits alone at a small table sipping coffee and reading a paper. Sigh. Why are the strangers who wander into town never gorgeous blonde ladies of an appropriate age? Why is it always coal boys, punks, and whippersnappers? He's so weird. Lastly, a group of coal miners sit hunched around the corner booth, readily scarfing down heaping plates of food. So that's the boss's cousin. Oh, the boss? There's that funeral this week, if I'm remembering right, for old Miss Pearl-Ann. May she rot in peace. Oh, let the lady rest, Sax. One shouldn't speak ill of the dead no matter how foul they were, especially before they've been so much as lain to rest. If you'd have been around her in her heyday, you'd be speaking ill too, Rodriguez. He's right. Nastiest woman I've ever met. That Tabitha is a blessing compared to her. Curse the whole lot of them. May every Scarlet burn in hell. That's enough of that. Hey, Stella. I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. They quietly placed a cup of coffee in front of Stella. And here's some bacon for the little lady. Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. You can hit the H button on your keyboard to hide the text box at any time. Ooh, let's see. Aw, look at Gretchen. So cute. Anything for you? The name's Avery. I'll be taking care of you today. Oh, this boiled peanuts. Why did I take it from the guy? It's gonna be here for the rest of the game. Stella says she's buying. No, I'm not doing that. How much is the coffee? $1, but that gets you unlimited refills. Cool, can you throw in a biscuit too? I hear they're really good. She winked at me. Best in the country. Avery pours the fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your cup, turning to you nervously. Oh, and I'm sorry for your loss. Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Anyways, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for the little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral too, so it'll be a special occasion. Let's see. Sounds neat. Maybe I'll check some of those things out. Anyway, those are all the big events I can think of. As for the day-to-day, any idea how much you want to kill time for the rest of the week? Oh, how you want to kill time. Do you have something in mind? Something telling me this is a loaded question. Let's do that. Hehe. Was I being that obvious? My job means I spend a lot of time in the woods with the camera, and it's always better when someone else is there too. Before Stella can finish, Avery returns, biscuit in tow. Here's your biscuit. Winnie says it's on the house. She sends her condolences. Thanks, it looks great. You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. A warmth emanates from its surface. You don't even need to taste it to know that it's good. Divinity given buttery form. You take a bite, it melts in your mouth as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. Whoa, this is a really good biscuit. Wow, I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So as Stella mentioned, she's famous? Oh Avery, I'm not that famous. You're the only person I know who's been on the news. If that's not famous, then I don't know what is. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. What kind of videos do you do? She hunts cryptids. Ooh. You should really check out her channels then. It's amazing. I think the best video to start with would be the river one. You know, the controversial one. Oh yeah, Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of the footage at the time, but it really wound up doing numbers. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in the river. Despite the shaky camera footage, you can clearly make out the shape of a creature's head and its relative body proportions. You're pretty sure it's a cat, and a big one at that. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be at least twice the size of a beaver I've seen. I also had people saying it was a dog or even a capybara, but that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. Let's see. It looks like a big cat. See, it's got those little kitty cat ears right there. Maybe it's a mountain lion. No way. It was absolutely not a mountain lion. There are no mountain lions this far east. I did a whole video on the Appalachian mountain lion myth and found jack squat. And there's no reason one would be swimming in the river like this. They're not fans of water. And the body is too long. No way. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. There's always people keeping those things as exotic pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Yeah, exactly. Some exotic pet owner set it free and now it will forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along. It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm gonna go after the... Wait, no spoilers. I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends anyway. See y'all around. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after Skunk Ape. What's Skunk Ape? It's like Bigfoot, but smellier. Most skunk ape that's hard to say. Most skunk ape sightings are from Florida, but while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck, playing tug-of-war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky, that sort of thing? Sure. Let's do... Are you actually asking me, a stranger, to follow a girl I just met into the woods, unknown at night, to chase after a dangerous beast? Is Tabitha expecting me home? I don't think she is. I'd say absolutely. I'd love to come along. That sounds great. It's been a while since I've had anyone besides Gretchen out there with me. This is going to be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple buddies of mine back in middle school, so it'll kind of be a blast from the past. I miss those two. Our videos were terrible. You know, that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us. Get the old gang back together. Though, I guess Kanika has to close out the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we can get him to come out of his cave if he's up for it. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Stella pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese, dude, what's up? I feel like it's been forever. Aw, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by or... Okay, if you're really sure, but if you change your mind... Oh, I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come out to the Wits tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. She's Tabitha's cousin. I know. Yeah, just here for a week. Anyway, we're gonna go look for Skunk Ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Dang, man, that sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have a more low-key hang. How's that? Haha, yeah, I'll bring her. Talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Looks like it's just you and me, pal. Why would I say that? He obviously means Gretchen. Are you okay? Oh, is he okay? He's not feeling well, that's all. He had a lot going on in the past, 10 years or so, but I feel like it's gotten a lot worse recently. I can't remember the last time I saw him leave his house. Oh well, it's not my place to talk about, really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him along again. He's hilarious. You'd love him. We should swing by his place sometime this week. That'd be nice. I'd love to meet your friends. Awesome. I'll make it happen. He's definitely the trickier one to meet. Kanika is much easier to track down since she's at the general store basically every day. But friendship can wait. We've got a skunk ape to hunt. So we should probably head out if we want to make it up the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow up this popsicle stand. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. I'm just gonna leave it to him. You reach into your pockets to pull out a single crumpled dollar bill and a quarter. As long as you don't get sick of peanut butter and jelly, your meals will be free while you're here. Share the wealth while you've got it, you think to yourself. You leave the money on the table and follow Stella out of the diner. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity. You're in a new place, far from civilization, and the people you know, following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of monsters. You feel... how do I feel? I'm gonna say strangely calm. The setting sun paints beautiful colors in the sky. Fresh air fills your lungs and pleasant songs of crickets trill around you as the night descends. This is where you're supposed to be, with Stella by your side, a sweet smile on her face and Gretchen plodding along in front without a care in the world. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record, since last year at least. You know how it is these days. Each summer is the hottest yet until the next summer, which always finds a way to be so much worse. It's just nice to feel a chill in the air and see the leaves change, like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes. Do you ever hunt things that aren't cryptids? You know, like ghosts, demons, werewolves, that sort of thing? Yeah, for sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. I've never had much luck, though, especially when it came to ghosts. Back when I first started doing solo videos, I'd go into all sorts of old, abandoned buildings, hoping I'd stumble across some sort of activity. But nothing's ever happened. It was always just me and my camera in an old house getting worked up over a gust of wind or a creaky floorboard. When all's said and done, I've just been a lot luckier with cryptids. I want to believe in ghosts so bad, but I can't rule out the possibility that there really are true hauntings out there. But if there are, I sure as heck haven't seen any myself. Werewolves, I kind of lumped in with the cryptids. I'd be shocked if there actually were people out there who turned into animals, but werewolf lore lines up pretty well with the great beast genre of cryptid. As for demons, I don't know. I honestly don't even want to consider the possibility that they exist, because if they really are out there, a lot of folks are doomed to an eternity of flames. So let's hope all of that's just a bunk, am I right? What about aliens? Don't even get me started. Did you see the UFO videos the government declassified? Aliens are definitely real, and they have absolutely visited Earth. Like, I believe in aliens way more than I believe in cryptids. You don't see me hunting aliens out there because we know they're real. Oh, why does Gretchen look like so worried? Let's see. We're not alone out there, but everything is cut from the same cloth. Whoa, haha, you've got to meet my friend Kanika's mom. You two would get along. What's the weirdest thing you've seen out here, other than anything cryptid-related stuff, of course? Oh gosh, that's a good one. Let me think. Well, there's always the deer I saw stealing baby birds out of the nest and eating them. That was pretty messed up. Oh yeah, that's messed up. But I think most people know about that these days. I've seen tons of videos of other deer doing it, so I'm not sure if that counts as weird anymore. Oh, the tetanus leak. That's definitely the weirdest. It's a 5-foot deep, 30-foot wide pile of old cans and bottles and assorted garbage with grass and trees growing on it, so you can barely tell it was there until you stepped on it. It was practically solid ground with how much it had been compressed, but you could still fall through if you weren't careful, hence the name. Better be up on your shots if you want to mess around in there. It's all stuff from the 50s too, which is super neat. I salvaged a few bottles that I keep on my dresser as a little souvenir. Are you really expecting to find anything out here? That's fair. We are hunting a creature that stayed hidden from humans long enough to gain a mythic reputation. What are the odds of something like that popping out to star on my little YouTube channel? But hey, the chances are never zero, right? Has anything bad ever happened on one of these hikes? You know, just curious. Let me think. There was a time back in early high school when Reese fell down a cliff. But he was fine. He had some folks from town rig up a pulley to get him out of the ravine, and his leg only took a week or two to heal. All in all, not too bad. Though, I guess there was also that time I was out here alone and kinda got stuck in a cave. I was getting great footage of what I thought was a family of wampus cats, but I wasn't able to wiggle my way back out. Turns out that the wampus cats were actually skunks who very much did not appreciate me blocking the entrance to their hidey hole. And instead of running for help, Gretchen just sat outside, bored to tears. Lassie, she is not. It took about an hour to get loose, which is pretty intense, but a few tomato juice baths later, I was right as rain, so it could have been a lot worse. Oh, and there was that time I accidentally stumbled upon old Duke's property and nearly got my head shot off. But that happens to everybody sooner or later. I barely count it. So yeah, these hikes aren't all that dangerous, all things considered. Did you hear that? Oh, is that old Duke? Oh, calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. Phew. Sorry for getting spooked, Duke. I thought you were some creature of darkness. Nah, girly, just old Duke. Now what the hell are you looking for away out here? Skunk ape. Sorry I asked. And who's this you've suckered into coming with you? Wait a tick, you aren't... Is that... Yep. I see. Welcome to the holler. My condolences. I'll keep you in my prayers. Another stranger, another opportunity for a salty introduction. Keep your peanuts to yourself. You once again remember the dripping bag of boiled peanuts you have on your person and briefly consider offering them to Duke before realizing that it would probably be more of an insult than anything else. You keep them hidden away. Now both of y'all head on back to town, you hear? It's best you steer well clear of this area tonight. I'm out dealing with my own critter and won't be too appreciative if a couple of fools with a camera scare away the more sensitive wildlife. What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy? Something musky? You see anything like that recently? Wouldn't you like to know? You never could stay in your business, Stella Richmond. Put that damned camera down. Oh, come on, Duke. Maybe I could help out. I'm pretty good at tracking. You know, I learned from the best. That you did, but I have yet to see a shred of proof that you listened to any of it. The way you tromp around the woods at night yelling about chunkabungas or what have you. Something's been getting at my chickens. I've lost 3 this week and can't afford to lose many more than that. I wonder if Skunk Ape has a taste for chicken. Now see, this is why I don't come to you about these things. It ain't no skunk ape, whatever the hell that is. I know exactly what this is, but I know you won't believe me if I tell you. Oh, Duke, you don't think it's... I do, actually. It's those damn mountain lions. They're out there, Stella. I don't care what your little investigation turned up. You haven't been out in these woods as long as I have. Those sons of bitches are sneaky, of course. Of course, you wouldn't find any in one night of tracking. And I know for a fact that's what's been getting at my chickens. It couldn't be anything else. I'm telling you, man, mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hasn't been an actual sighting since the 1990s, and even those were iffy. I can't believe you go out there on your YouTube saying some river monster spotted a couple school-age Boy Scouts has been 100% confirmed, yet Appalachian cougars are some kind of far-fetched fantasy made up by geezers like me. You made me look like a fool. I read those comments people were posting on your video. I'm sorry, Duke. I didn't mean to sick anybody on you. I just don't think it's possible. You'll eat those words when I come in carrying a mountain lion corpse out these woods at dawn. And if you two don't want a face full of buckshot, I suggest you run home and stay out of the woods tonight. As Duke's words leave his mouth, an existential dread begins to pull at your chest. Something is waiting for you deeper in the woods. Whatever it is, the three of you are bound to meet it, and it will change you forever. Should I say that? There's something waiting for us deeper in the woods. Yeah, I know. I'm hunting it. What if it's not mountain lion, though? What if it's... Oh, don't you get started again. If your daddy could hear you now going on about ghouls and goblins using what he taught you to run around these woods like some kind of paranormal investigator, do you want that to be his legacy, girl? And besides, you know my boy Bo and me are headed down to the state fair to show off Big Betty this week. We'll be gone days, and the chicken coop might as well have a big all-you-can-eat sign on it if I don't nip this in the bud tonight. You know how I feel about my chickens. I couldn't take it if I lost any more of my poor little ladies. And you know I have to put out a video by tomorrow evening. As Stella and Duke both root themselves in their stubborn insistence, the feeling from before gains form and clarity. Something fated has been locked in stone. Somebody here is gonna die tonight. If I miss an update, I might lose my new sponsor, and who knows what that'll mean for my career. Let's just go, Stella. He's the one with the gun after all. Okay, fine. You've won this time, Duke. That's right. Now y'all run along home and stay out of trouble. I don't want Stella to die. As you and Stella return to the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came. Okay, the coast is clear. There's no way we're letting Duke edge us out that easy. Come on, I know a trail that'll get us around him. Lead the way. Yes! And trust me, we don't have anything to worry about from old Duke or his shotgun. I've gone out hunting with him before. The man sounds like a truck crashing through the trees when he walks. Even if we do cross paths, we'll hear him long before he catches wind of us. The trail's just up this way. Let's go. All right, this looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera? She hands you the camera and takes position. Ahem. As night falls, my new assistant, the mysterious Sun, and I find ourselves on a high hill in the Blue Ridge Mountains, where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive yet pungent skunk ape. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the southern edge of the United States, including right in this very county. Here's hoping we get a glimpse tonight. We'll check back once we're on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellars. I can take that camera off your hands now. We'll be able to start the tracking scenes once the sun sets all the way. In the meantime, we can take in all of this gorgeous scenery. Duke may be gone, but that feeling in your gut still lingers. Something terrible awaits you. Something unavoidable. Though, what exactly is wrong in these woods still eludes you. What's wrong is that it's quieter than it should be. The air is a little too still. The creatures of the night a little too absent. These hills are stale. There's something wrong here, wrong in the air. It feels oppressive dark. You don't happen to mean stinky, do you? Do you think we're smelling the skunk ape? No, it's too quiet. This whole hillside feels dead. Now that you mention it, it is a little quieter than it usually is out in these parts. Maybe that skunk ape scared off some of the local wildlife. Your quiet moment with Stella is broken by a loud, percussive snort. What was that? No need to panic. That's just the sound deer make when they want to warn the rest of their herd about big, scary predators like us. Let's check it out. She wants to check it out. As you and Stella hear the footfalls of animals retreating into the woods, she reaches for her flashlight. Oh gosh. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of light while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. And then it's gone. Geez, Gretchen, calm down. You're gonna hurt yourself. She cannot handle deer. When she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She has a bad habit of slipping her harness when she wants to go after something. You're too much of a potato, and they don't make harnesses to fit potatoes, do they? There was something wrong with that deer. Did you see its face? Now that you mention it, there was something a little off. I bet it was an abscess, maybe a tumor. It's not like wild animals can get those taken care of, so they just get bigger and bigger. Poor thing, but there's not much we can do about it. Why do you bring Gretchen with you? She doesn't seem like she's the safest choice for a hiking companion. I actually find her to be quite the opposite. Sure, she wants to chase stuff, but I usually let her when I'm not on one of my cryptid hunts, so I can't hold that against her. I'm just happy she's still so feisty even at her age. Pugs aren't exactly known for their good health, but here she is, running around in the woods at 17. And if I feel like the fresh mountain air and excessive exercise have helped a lot in that regard. You defy the laws of nature, don't you, Gretch? It's never too late to turn back. I don't actually think I'm really cut out for this sort of thing. Those deer genuinely spooked me. I don't know if you want me weighing you down. Don't be so hard on yourself. You just aren't accustomed to the sounds of the forest yet. When you go on your first few night hikes, everything sounds like a horrible monster that's just waiting for an opportunity to shred you to bits, but eventually you realize it's mostly deer and raccoons, which probably won't go after you. Here, let's take a quick snack break before we get into the night's activities. Maybe some food will help settle your nerves. You settle down to rest. Stella breaks open a bag of assorted snacks. Trail mix with extra M&Ms. Let's see what else we got here. What is it? H? There we go. Apricots. I can't really tell what that is. Oh, sesame sticks. You grab the trail mix. Classic choice. It never fails to satisfy. I like to mix my own to make sure it has the best stuff. Mostly M&Ms, and I left out the raisins. No one likes those anyway. There's something here. You and Stella settle down on an overlook, snacks in hand as the quiet sounds of evening wildlife wash over you. Gretchen gnaws at a stick, distracted for the time being. So, tell me, what's in this hike? What? So, tell me, what it's like in Hatino. Do you have a house, an apartment? Do you live with family, roommates, pets? Tell me what it's like to be Zen. How do I want to live? I live alone in a dingy studio apartment. And it's a mixed bag. At first, it was kind of nice to finally have a space that was just mine, but now it feels cramped. It's like I'm stuck in the closet alone and no one can come let me out because I chose this for myself, and as far as I know, I'm happy being there. The lights flicker. The toilet is constantly getting backed up because the landlady upstairs keeps flushing her cat's litter. It smells like cigarettes for some reason, and it's home to an extremely durable population of roaches. But I guess it's home. I do what I can to spruce up the place. I got a plant. You know how they say living things are supposed to brighten up a room? When you put it like that, I wonder if staying in that old mansion is a step up or a step down for you. Maybe just a step sideways. Have you tried looking for a different place or maybe finding a roommate? There's gotta be something better out there for you. Let's see. Oh, I hear you. I've been saving up for something better. Oh yeah? So, what do you do for a living? What do I want to do for a living? I'm in the service industry. I'm on my feet all day, getting yelled at for things beyond my control, and I mostly get paid in tips. It's okay. For a moment, you think you catch something. Yep, there was eyes. You think you catch something in a tree line from out the corner of your eye, but before you can see anything, it's gone. I think I saw something out there. It might be a skunk ape. Do your best to pretend it isn't watching us. We don't want to scare it off. What about you? What's your story? Gretchen and I live in a little house just outside of town. It's actually the house I grew up in, so it has a lot of pleasant memories attached to it, and I'm glad I could keep it in the family. My great-great-grandfather built that house, and he must have done a great job because it's as sturdy as it's ever been. Keeping the house in the family, is it just you there? Yeah, it's just me and Gretchen. My parents died a few years back, but it's okay. I've done my mourning, life goes on, and we still get to live in our beautiful family home, just me and Gretchen. It could be a lot worse. My mom died pretty recently, so I get it. It's alright if you ever need to talk about things. Oh, thanks, son. That's really sweet of you. How are you holding up? I'm okay. Hanging in there. It was a long time coming, so I wasn't surprised. It kind of comes to terms with it by the time it actually happened. And it's not all bad. She doesn't have to be in pain anymore. That's a relief. The hospital bills are another story, though. I can't even imagine how bad that must be. It's just salt in the wound at that point. It's showtime. Whatever lurks behind the tree line is something best left unseen, but the events of this evening were already set in motion long before you stepped foot in Scarlet Hollow. There's no turning back now. Everything else went quiet. I can hear all sorts of wildlife just a second ago, now it's quiet. You're right, and whatever made that sound is close. Here, watch Gretchen for a moment while I check this out. Oh no. You and Stella inch toward the tree line as she shines her flashlight into the woods. As you approach, a series of weak clucks call out from a nearby bush. Maybe Duke's birds weren't oh. What? What the hell was that? Hold on, I gotta play that back. Holy shit. I'm guessing it must be maybe 2-3 feet tall. Doesn't look hairy either, so I think we can rule out skunk ape. But whatever it is, it has one of Duke's chickens. It looks like it's headed north. Let's go after it. Oh. I guess I'll follow her. You follow Stella as she sprints into the unknown, Gretchen excitedly pulling you along by her leash. Ow. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm alright. I just tripped on something weird. Oh no, that poor thing. It must have been one of the Dukes. Oh Jesus, it's still alive. I guess we have to roll the camera. It seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but she definitely seems to have some sort of growth under her skin. Could be a tumor, could be something else. Either way, I don't think there's much that can be done for her at this point. Geez, I hope I don't get demonetized for this one. Wait, do you hear that? Stella, I swear to God, didn't I tell you to go on home? Birdie? Birdie, oh no, what's happened to you, sweetheart? Duke, we just found her like this. I think there's something seriously wrong with her. There's something really wrong with all the animals we've seen tonight. It's like some kind of plague. It better not be contagious. Examine the chicken. You stoop down to look at the chicken. Don't let Gretchen too close. She'll try to take a bite of it if you don't stop her. You hold Gretchen's leash close to your chest. She seems nervous, squirming slightly against your harness. Examine the head. Its poor little chicken eyes look up at you, glazed over, but still rolling around in their sockets with unfortunate life. The wing is barely still attached, but that seems to be the least of the chicken's concerns. Whatever got a hold of her busted her wings up too. Explore the growth. Good God. At first you thought it might have been a tumor, but this is something else. The skin is stretched taut and the growth pulsing beneath. She could still get better. Maybe she needs that thing to pop and she'll be right as rain in a couple days. Happened to me once and there's not so much a scar these days. I don't know, it kind of looks like there's something in there. Looking more closely at the growth, you think you can see something squirming inside. Having investigated to your heart's content, you step back and give the bird space. This was just like that deer. Deer? What deer? We ran into one earlier. It had growths just like Birdie. As you and Duke and Stella take stock of the situation, a sound begins to wrap around you. Gently at first, barely a whisper. But then a guttural moan, and then another, until suddenly you find yourself surrounded by a chorus of groaning misery. What the hell is going on? The voices. Oh, I have no idea. She starts filming again. Come on, Birdie, let's get you home. As Duke scoops up the injured Birdie, the voices in the trees intensify. It's like you're all suddenly surrounded, the strange sounds coming closer, growing bolder. Oh! What the hell is that? You feel tightening in the leash pulling at you from behind. Don't you step another foot closer, I'll shoot you. Don't you think I won't? The man hesitates and the thing steps forward, fixing what seem to be its eyes on Birdie, tucked under Duke's arm. The leash is drawn fully taut, and then there's a sudden looseness. Gretchen! Gretchen starts making ungodly noises, screaming and howling along with the din around you. No! You and Stella turn just in time to see another one of the creatures slithering out from the bush. Gretchen whines and barks, reaching a fevered pitch as another creature malformed a hand to grasp at her. Oh my god! What's going on over there? As Duke glances back, everything seems to happen at once. A patter of unnatural feet and then chaos. Oh my god. It's gonna have me save someone. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs at his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Birdie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. Get your grubby little hands off my bird. I'm getting the thing away from Gretchen. He's trying to just grab the bird. You die for Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away from the thing's misshapen hands. You manage to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural. But then there's a deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly it is gone. Duke? Oh no. Oh no! Oh my god, what do we do? Okay, first things first, I grab Gretchen. There, step 1 is done. Gretchen is safe. Great. Okay, step 2. What's step 2? Wow. Let's take a deep breath and collect ourselves. What do you mean? I'm totally acting calm and rational. Now step 2 is that we chase after those things to get as much footage as we can, and the only way anyone will believe us about what happened. We owe it to Duke. She did freeze. Stella, you froze. If you go after those things and you pull that again, Okay, let's go. Oh my god, they're everywhere. As you and Stella quickly make your way back through the woods, the unearthly whispers of creatures unknown once again surround you. Keep moving. You say nothing, continuing forward with a grim determination. We're almost there. You and Stella reach the main road and the whispers fade back into the sounds of nature. It sounds like they've stopped following us. I should get reception now that we're back on the main road. Let me find my phone so I can call the sheriff. You feel a buzz in your pocket. 6 missed calls from Tabitha, and then 13 text messages. Oh. Yikes, Tabitha's been blowing up my phone. I guess she must be worried about you. But first things first, let's call the police. Stella pulls out her phone and dials. Hello? Earl? It's Stella Richmond. I'm up in the mountain on the Askina Trail. Duke is dead, Earl. Shotgun. It happened right in front of us. There's something in the woods. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think we're okay, but hurry. Earl, who's gonna tell Bo? I guess now we wait. That was kind of crazy. What are those things? Look at this guy. We got a nice, good cop, and then we got a bad cop. It takes a little while, but eventually a patrol car arrives at the scene. Out of it walk two officers, Sheriff Hugby and a friendly older man, and Deputy Franklin, a serious man wearing sunglasses despite it being the middle of the night. See, right here, a thing jumps out of the woods, then a shotgun goes off. What in Sam Hill? What is that? Some kind of Pillsbury doughboy? Could have been a naked maniac. No, there's more than one. They chased us through the woods. Whatever they aren't human. And they killed Duke. Never gonna have to confiscate this camera, Miss Richmond, if you don't mind. This is evidence. But okay. Let me just turn it off to save the battery. You know Stella popped something out of the camera and slid it up her sleeve. Here you go, Deputy Franklin. We appreciate your compliance with the law. We'll get a team out in the morning to retrieve the body, but for now, Sheriff Hugby and I, please call me Earl. Earl and I will escort you and... Who are you exactly? That's Zen. She came into town today for the funeral. All right, sure. We'll escort you both back to town. If there's a naked maniac on the loose, it's best you don't walk back on your own. It wasn't a... Never mind. Why aren't you going out there tonight? There's a dead body in the woods. Those things out there could attack someone else. Well, it ain't exactly like old Duke is going anywhere at this point. He'll still be out there in the morning. We only have a skeleton crew at the moment. Monday nights are Deputy Derrickson's bowling nights. We'll be on alert for any more reports of naked maniacs, but retrieving Duke will just have to wait. Now, if you'll kindly step into the vehicle, we can return you safely to your home. Do we have to ride back with you? We can just walk. Those creatures left. We'll be fine. I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist, for your own safety. Stella sighs. Okay, thank you. You can ride up front with me, little lady. That is, if your mama permits. Sure, Earl. You can hold Gretchen on the way back to town. The cops usher you and Stella into the back of their squad car. Oh, look at Gretchen. You are just the cutest little thing, Miss Gretchen. Yes, you are. Sheriff Hugsby pats Gretchen on the head affectionately, but she remains wholly focused on Stella. A worried look stretched across her little pug face as Hugby scratches behind her ears. Stella's quiet and stiff next to you, back rigid as she stares out the window, jaw clenched. Hey, Stella, you good? She doesn't respond. You reach out and rest your palm gently on her shoulder. She jumps slightly at your touch, but you can feel some of her tension ease and hear her let out a self-soothing sigh. I'll remain silent, watching the trees pass by in the light of the headlights. Every now and then, you think you see a pale, anguished face staring out at you before it slips back into the darkness. Soon, the rumble of gravel beneath the tires gives way to uneven pavement, and the car comes to a stop in front of a small cottage. You two stay out of trouble. We'll all have this sorted out in the morning. Just get a good night's sleep. And you, whatever your name was. Zen. Sure. You're in town for the funeral? Good. Don't you go leaving before then. I imagine we'll need to ask you a few questions about everything you've seen tonight. Stella, keep an eye on her for us. Make sure she doesn't get into any more trouble. Y'all have a good night now. Bye-bye, Gretchen, and y'all have a lovely evening. If any bugaboos give you trouble, you know how to get in touch. And here you are, back in town, away from the woods, with no one but Stella in sight. Holy shit. I hope you don't mind me asking, but why on earth did you want to walk home? That's a fair question. I just had some bad experiences with cars. I don't know how to drive them, and I don't like getting into them unless it's literally a question of life or death. Which I guess tonight was. Sorry if I weirded you out. God, what a night. They seemed a little blasé about a man's death. I can't believe they're waiting until morning to even start looking for him. Who knows what those things are doing to his body right now? And what's worse is that I think they've implied that you're a suspect, even after we showed them all of that footage. The truth will get out. Even if they don't believe that footage, those things are out there in the woods, and something's telling me they're not going away. Yeah, no kidding. But it's okay. I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you. I was there. I filmed the whole thing, and at the very least, it'll never hold up in court. And I won't get to that point either, because we're going to do a little investigating of our own. We've got to find out more about those things. If we can get clearer footage, or better yet, trap one of them, there's no way they can blame you for what happened. The library doesn't open for a while, but I've read every book on cryptids they have and never came across anything like this. There is someone in town who might have some useful information. My friend's mom. Her place isn't far. We should head over there before it gets any later. I should check in with Tabitha. My friend's place is on the way back, and stopping by shouldn't take long. You sure you don't want to stop first? I know I wouldn't want to head up the mountain road by myself after everything that's happened tonight. When you put it like that, sure, let's do it. Awesome, let's go. I hope she's still awake. Stella knocks on the door. Oh, okay, that's kind of sketch. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot a shadowy figure staring at you from across the road. You didn't hear it approach. Stella, I think someone's watching us. She turns to look. Zen? Jesus. Welcome home. You're finally where you're meant to be. Before you can respond, the door behind you swings open. An older woman stands in the entryway. Go home, Wayne. I can't help you tonight. You look back and the figure is already gone, disappeared into the shadows of the night. I'm sorry about that, Stella. Some people just can't be helped. What brings you out here so late? And who is this? Hi, Miss Forsyth. This is Zen. Is it okay if we come in? You and Miss Forsyth briefly locked eyes. She's impenetrable, and you feel small and almost naked in her presence. There's something about her that's far beyond you, but you feel no threat, no malice. And then the moment passes and you see only the woman before you. Of course. You're in luck. I just put on water for hibiscus tea. And for goodness sake, you can call me Sybil. You're an adult now, after all. Welcome to my little nook. It's nice to finally meet you, Zen. I was so sorry to hear about your mother. Vivian was such a lovely soul, and she's been sorely missed in the holler, and now poor Pearl Ann is gone as well. Do let me know if there's anything you need while you're in town. These frickin' boiled peanuts. Who is that outside? Just a very sick man. You don't need to be worried about him. You knew my mom? Of course, dear. She was a good friend of mine for many years. She was such a lovely woman. You should come by sometime. I can delight you with the unsavory tales of her youth. How did you know that she died? Oh, Pearl Ann was a chatty woman. Not much went on that I wouldn't get an earful of. Bless her heart. I never met Pearl Ann. You don't have to pass on your condolences to me. I have no feelings about that woman. Ha, it's fair, child, but it seemed like the right thing to do. I will remain silent. Sybil reaches over and pats your hand delicately. Hers feels like soft parchment paper. Dry, but soothing. Now what's got you here so late, you two? You seem troubled. You know about weird stuff, right? Unexplainable stuff? Go on. Duke was killed tonight by something in the woods. Oh my lord. Have you contacted the police? Yes, and they didn't take it very seriously. They're not even looking for the body until tomorrow. Those things are out there. I don't even know how to describe them. Here, I can show you. Stella pulls out the card she swiped from her camera and pops it into her phone. I wasn't about to just let the police hold on to this, at least not before we had a chance to make a copy. Smooth. The cops wouldn't know what to do with the footage anyway. Imagine they accidentally erased it. Exactly. I'll give it to them if they ask again, but for now we can examine the footage for ourselves. Where was this? Up the mountain to the northwest. Within the town limits? Yes. I see. Is there a way to make the video bigger and louder if you can? I need to plug the memory card into a computer. I could go back and get mine. No need. Kanika should still be awake. She can lend us hers. You'd better come with, Stella. I'm sure she'll be more than willing to help a friend than her nosy mother. Kanika's door is covered with stickers, their edges frayed from recent but failed attempts to remove them. This is a childhood room someone was unhappy to return to. Kanika? Come on out. We can use a little help. What, Mom? Oh, hey, Stella. And Gretchen, who's a good potato. And a stranger. What are you doing in my house? Hi, I'm Zen. Tabitha's cousin. Oh, great. Sweetie, we were wondering if we could borrow your laptop. Stella and her friend have a video to show us. It's really important, Kanika. Okay. My room's a mess. I'll just bring it out there. Heads up, Kanika, this is graphic. Duke got killed out in the woods tonight. It's on the recording. Wait, are you serious? Duke's dead? Silence washes over the room as the video plays. Stella, what the hell is this? I'm sorry either of you had to see this, but Zen and I have no idea how to make heads or tails of it. Stella, are you okay? I'm fine, really, I'm okay. I'm gonna remain silent. You remain silent. I wasn't asked. Poor Duke, poor Beau. Has anyone told him yet? We talked to the police. I hope they told Beau, but Earl and Deputy Franklin didn't seem to be much in a hurry to do anything. I'll call him later tonight, but for now we have something far more serious to discuss. I'll be a little mystical, why not? Whatever happened in the woods, we weren't supposed to see any of that. You're not wrong. My grandmother used to talk about pale creatures called ditchlings. She always said they were a terrible omen, a sign of suffering to come. Mom, come on. Whatever's doing this is serious. Stop scaring Stella and Zen with this taily-po crap. Kanika, sweetie, let your mother talk. She always said they never hurt people, despite that grisly scene in the woods. But Duke is dead. Then if these are ditchlings, his death was an accident, or my grandmother was wrong, and she was very rarely wrong. Just as birds flock before a storm, the ditchlings congregate where tragedy is soon to fall. Jesus, Mom, haven't they already been through enough? It's okay, Kanika, this is helpful. I don't know if it is. Okay, let's focus on what we know. Whatever they are, they're doing something to these animals. You saw the chicken in our video. What was that growth? I saw something squirming around in that chicken. I wonder if we were seeing some sort of parasitic larval stage, like they're really big doughy wasps or something. Honestly, that would be worse than them being supernatural. Oh dear, I'd forgotten entirely about the tea I'd put on. Let me fix you up a couple of cups. It'll soothe your nerves. I don't know, it's getting late and I should let Zen get some rest. I ran her ragged today with all the hiking and running through the woods in terror. Let's see. I can keep going. I'm still wired. Okay, maybe it's that I'm eager to get home and start doing some research. I'll ask around on my usual forums to see if anyone has information on ditchlings. Is that what you call them? That's right. You go on home now and do try to get some rest. Don't stay up all night on the online. Let me get you some of my house-made peppermint tea to go. It really does wonders to soothe the soul. Bye, Stella. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Call me if you need to talk. Thanks, Kanika. I'll see ya. Bye, Zen. That was crazy. It's excellent iced or warm, though. With the night getting chillier, warm will probably be the best. Help us wake up the bones. Be careful out there, both of you. Sybil turns and closes the door behind her. Alrighty, let's call it a night. Mind walking me home? Well, this is me. Are you good finding your way back? Yep. Yep. Cool. I'll see you around. Yeah, we're in this together. Yeah, we are. Stay safe, buddy. You begin the long hike back up to Scarlet Estate alone. Almost home. Your salvation in sight. You make a mad dash towards the door. Oh, thank God you're back. Where the hell have you been? I saw horrible things tonight. I went into the woods with this girl I met to find some cryptids, and a lot of really terrible things happened. Ah, so you met Stella then. Ugh, that explains everything. And she's gotten you all worked up. I'm going to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, good night. You're alone in the state. The sound of the wind whistling through the house gives you an uneasy feeling in your gut. It's probably best to turn in and try to leave the night behind you. You thoughtlessly stumble into your room, and before you even fully realize you're there, you've already collapsed onto the mattress, exhausted. From the relative safety of this uncomfortable bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else, though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe, and you're warm. Eventually, the sun will rise and chase away the monsters and make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky. You'll wake up in the normal world and have a boring week in the mountains with your sour-faced cousin. It's a nice thought, but deep down you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. Ooh, interesting. That was day 1 in Scarlet Hollow. Any ideas on what's gonna happen? Because I am lost. It definitely sounds like those ditchlings are, I don't know, reproducing and making more of themselves by sticking animals with whatever comes out of their mouth. But why? Like Sybil said, they kind of hover around whenever bad things are gonna happen. So many bad things are about to happen in this town if there's already that many of them, I'm assuming. I bet that was Beau crying that, what's his name, had died. But why are they going after the animals? Very interesting concept. Yeah, we still got the mines to explore too. Very interesting. I'd say I am invested. I think the most important part of that first bit is I still have the boiled peanuts. I didn't give it to anybody. I kept it for myself. I'm just gonna hold on to it until the end of the game. Scarlet Hollow. This is the end of episode 1. Episode 2 awaits. Nice. Well, I will end this stream on episode 1. Thank you all so much for joining me. Be sure to subscribe and follow me so you guys get an update on when I stream episode 2. This will get posted onto my YouTube channel as well. That link will be somewhere on my channel page. So if you want to rewatch, that will be where it is. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.